All right. I think we are live.
Woohoo!
Cool.
Okay.
Me too.
Awesome.
Cool. I
Me too.
Awesome. 3. I have B for Bravo.
And for 3, I got A alpha. And the reason being is because they give us the, what is it? They give us the sales revenue and the production costs is what they're subtracting production from sales revenue. And if it was the retained earnings, then they would have the dividends included in the formula, but they don't have it listed in the formula.
Okay.
But, Garrett, I chose B, and my tutor said, no, they don't have dividends. No, they don't have dividends. Well, sales revenue minus production cost.
Got it.
And
okay.
if it was retained earnings, they would also have included subtracting dividends, but they don't mention dividends, so it's not the retained earnings formula.
Okay, that makes sense. I gotcha. All right, perfect. So for number 4, I had D as in Delta.
And let's see, I got C as in Charlie.
Okay.
A financial market. Oh, I remember why. Because no. I think you're right. Let me verify.
Yeah,
You keep going, and I'll go hop on and look real quick because I can tell you what the right answer is.
Okay.
I just remember I got one of those wrong. No, institutions, number 7. So.
Okay.
Okay. So for number 4, the bond market is C, Charlie. It's a financial market. The intermediary would be like a bank, whereas a bond market, you're directly selling it.
Okay.
A bank is taking somebody else. It sounded the same to me, honestly, but.
Yeah. So for number 5, I had A for Alpha.
That's what I got.
Okay. Awesome.
Number 6. I chose A, alpha, for number 6.
Oh, you know what? I totally read this wrong. Well, yeah, no, totally. Bonds definitely are lower risk. That's the. I totally read that wrong. Okay. Oh yeah, no, totally. Bonds definitely are lower risk. That's yeah. I totally read that wrong. Got you there.
But because they also have a lower potential return.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yep, I totally read that one wrong. That's funny. Okay. So for number 7, C for Charlie.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's the correct answer. Those I chose systems and I got it wrong. And then they showed me the answer, which was institution, and the reason is because they're actually I don't know. The other things fit in, you know, the markets into them. I didn't understand that question. I got it wrong, but that's what I got.
Cool. Looking good so far. For number 9, I had A for.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Okay.
And kind of the question, they're only looking question the way they have it worded. Let's see.
Okay.
Which I did not know. So that's what my I go through and I memorize all questions that you're familiar with, that when you take the test, you'll pass.
Hopefully.
I didn't have time for that last time.
Yeah. No worries.
12.
Yeah, 12. Okay. So for 12, I had B for Bravo. And shares contribute 1,500 to. Oh, duh. Yeah. No, that would be savings because an investment. It's an investment on Mandy's end. On the company's end, yeah.
All right. It
Makes
sounds
sense.
like that made sense to you. So explain that.
So when she buys the shares, she's basically like investing in that company. That's kind of why I put investment. It's just because I thought, oh yeah, she's buying a whole bunch of shares. She's making it. That's what it counts as. But the company's going to take that investment from her and just it's going to go into their savings and whatever else they need to do for it. So
this is kind of, have you guys taken accounting 101 or the first accounting class?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. So this is kind of several of these questions you look at. Are we looking at the capital?
So why does that count as like her
have invested in or that they own that they have sitting in a bank?
Okay.
And then
that
public
makes sense.
that the categories, and one's public savings is government. That's just what that means. And the private is people, and then actually it's people on business. So either way, it's still private savings. And then national savings is the two of them combined. And that's how they kind of calculate economic health of the country.
Okay, makes sense.
Huh. Yeah, I'm going to need to read more because, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I just want to understand it better, I think. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and read the whole little tutorial thing that they have, the audited reading, because
yeah,
I'm really iffy on these things. But I took the test, so the answers I got, you're good. You're golden.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go D for number 12. Looks good to me. And for 13, I had B for Bravo.
Yep, that's what I've got too.
Sweet. And number 14, I also had B for Bravo. This was one I wasn't super sure, but that was as good a guess as I could come up with.
Okay, this is D, David, or Delta. And it was, oh, that's where I learned the whole public-private thing. Okay. Perfect. That's funny. Okay. Is there a way to share my screen?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Let's. Is able to see this at all?
Yep.
Here that I'm moving around. That and this thing is my tutor's notes. I just screen capture of it so I could see what she was talking about. And then I rewrote this. So she referred me back to, okay, so we're looking at national savings. And so the national savings formula is, okay, so SG, that's just my thing. Public savings is just the S, but I put the G down there so I mentally know it's government.
Okay.
And private savings, that is the actual little term for it, SP, private savings. So national savings is the combination of both of those. And then, I don't know, can you see this right here? This is kind of the formula for each of these.
Right.
So I just wrote down, you know, combination of the two of them, and then I rewrote it with taxes minus government spending plus, which that's the public savings, plus the private savings, which is Y is represents income. And then T is for taxes and C is for consumption. Right here. Yeah, I wrote that down. So if you just work it out on this formula for national savings, and up here they're saying that the taxes increase, but everything else is going to stay the same, then what happens is this T taxes is going to increase in the public savings, but it's going to equally decrease in the private savings, because whatever the government takes from the private sector, that basically neutralizes itself out. And so what happens is we see in the government, it's going to be higher, or an increase, which, and then down here for the private, it will decrease that amount, because if you raise the taxes here, then that's going to take more out of the income for the private sector. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Looking at the formula, that makes a lot more sense than what I was trying to do in my head. So
yeah, there was no way I was going to figure this out. She showed me and talked me through.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
And I think that's going to be on the quiz too at the end.
I bet you're right.
Only they're going to want us to probably calculate it, or they'll word it different. I don't know.
Yeah. Of course.
So we can take that off the screen, unless you want those up there. I can just tell you.
Whatever works. I'm kind of flipping back and forth between the Hangouts and my quiz. So whatever works.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. And yeah, go ahead.
Are we on 15 now?
Yes. So for 15, I had D for Delta.
Okay, so I got A for alpha. Let's see, because we're looking at private, the private savings, so it's not government. And
okay.
in a closed economy, that means that they don't get to have any kind of let's see, there's no international trade. They don't have access to a variety of options of purchasing.
Yeah.
And so basically their saving is, let's see, the private savings would be whatever the surplus is after their expenditures.
Private saving is what the households do. That makes that definitely makes sense.
Well, I'm kind of confused here. What was it? We read something where it talked about something always being equal to investment. Was that last week? Was that last week?
I remember seeing that too, but I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
I know that, yeah, I read it somewhere, and yeah, I have no idea what it, oh, that was weird. I don't know where it was from though. But I don't want to keep making this take longer. Sorry.
You're fine. No worries. Okay, so number 16. This was one I was kind of guessing on as well, because I think I need to read up more on the public and private saving a little bit. But I chose D for Delta.
That's what I chose.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then the 17 was as far as I had Bravo.
Yep, that's what I've got.
Awesome.
And that one's just the nominal inflation rate minus inflation.
Exactly. Yep. That's what I had. Perfect. And let me just see. Yeah. So that was as far as I got. I haven't quite looked at the other ones yet, but.
Well, I'm going to just, when it comes to visual things, it's a lot easier for me to just know what the answer is. And then I can stare at it for a while and figure out, oh, that's why it's that answer.
Oh, okay.
So for 18, it was A. So if the change in tax laws and I didn't find, so that's the basic laws of supply. And then
Okay.
20 is the delta.
I haven't yet.
Do that real quick.
I'm gonna try it. I'm just wanting to